guys, welcome back to another video. Did you ever wonder how you can get better at PvP or like kill 10 millions, 20 millions, even 30 million bounty players? This is my official guide for getting better at PvP and Blox streets. By watching this video, you'll learn how to gain bounty fast and get better at PvP. I've been playing Blox streets since 2021, so about 5 years now, and I have learned much from these years. In this video, I'll be going over in depth how to get better, mainly in the topics of what ping is, how to get more skill, what build to pick, and more. So my first tip is going to be, you need to go to servers with the lowest ping. Servers with low ping are important to server hop into because ping is probably the deciding factor to who wins and loses in PvP. With higher ping, you're laggier, you freeze, and your moves take longer to activate. In short terms, the higher the ping, the laggier you are. In order to find servers that are in your area, you can leave the game and then just rejoin through clicking the play button, but make sure you don't join through any friends. It should normally put you in a server where you have the lowest ping in somewhere around your area. Another way to check your ping or find servers where you're lowest in ping in is when you click the settings or click the little button in the top left hand corner of Roblox, then go to settings in it, and then you scroll all the way down and turn on performance stats. This should be, ping is located in the top right hand corner of that little bar that will appear on your screen. Usually if you're trying to PvP, your ping should be between 0 and 100. Anything higher than that is usually bad for gameplay and can seriously affect your lag. My second tip is that if you're looking to get better skilled and better at PvP, you should play Marine. I recommend doing this, especially if you're in the ballpark of 10 to 20 million bounty, because in order to hone your skills, you need to have more experience in PvP. The reason why this is important is because as a Marine, you have a low bounty boost, and it wasn't really applied, and it's harder to win and beat others. As a Marine, fight everyone. This includes 20 millions, 30 millions, bounties players, and everything, high bounty players. And don't worry about your Marine bounty, completely ignore it. Because if you do this, it'll improve your skill and get better. Because especially with fighting people with no or little to no bounty boost, as someone with little to no bounty boost fighting a high bounty boost player, it'll kind of force you to get better, especially if you keep trying to beat them. It'll also teach you skills during the PvP, like Ken tricking and a bunch of other strategies. The third tip is in order to be good at PvP, you need to use the best build for yourself. You need to use the build that best closely, that you vibe with, or it follows along with your personality and playstyle. As stupid as this sounds, it's very important because you need to use the build that best suits you. You don't follow the current meta if it doesn't best suit you. Remember, just because someone might be extremely good with the build doesn't mean that you will be that good. Where I'm getting at here is if you do something that you're not fit for, you won't do well with it in PvP. To find out what you're best suited for, you should do some experiments with builds, and then once you find something that you like, you should use it. Some examples could be choosing Flame and Portal. Some people might vibe or feel they're best suited with Flame, and others might feel they're best suited with Portal. My fourth tip will be that another important aspect in PvP is Ken tricking. This will allow you to escape combos and evade attacks. Most of you probably already know this, but some of you don't, but it allows you to get out of many combos by turning on your observation hotkey during, after, or before an attack. You can Ken trick by turning on your observation hotkey then, but you gotta know, some moves can break hotkey or observation hotkey and some moves can't. And then also, never use observation hotkey if someone is using Cyborg V3. That'll kill you, pretty much. It'll break all your Ken, and then if you do that, it'll pretty much end you because they'll be able to land every combo with no issues. My fifth tip is you need to know your own abilities in order to be good at the PvP and know how to determine one skill level. Don't do this if you're following the second tip as a Marine, you just gotta fight everyone at that point. But as a pirate, when your bounty is at risk, you should do this. You need to gauge the enemy skill level by kind of watching them PvP and not just looking at their bounty. This is beneficial because knowing your own skill level will help you set limits on yourself and be less vulnerable to losing bounty, limits to knowing your limits. And then one time I did this was earlier today, there was some 30 million, right now I'm at 24 million bounty, but there was some guy killing a bunch of people, but I was watching him, so then I 1v1 him and I beat him. You need to know your own abilities in order to because if he was better than me and I knew it, I wouldn't fight him, but I knew it, so I fought him and beat him. Tip number 6, you have to know the counter of some builds, and then you also have to use those counters. It's a very important aspect because it can determine who wins and loses. One counter to most routes is sky camping. I know it's frowned upon by many, but it's an important and good strategy that you should use if you need to use it. Sometimes you should sky camp when you're up against E-Claw users. Normally, they start combos with their C move, which is the one where they kind of dashboard and then you get shot up in the sky. And then another time to start sky camp is against Ice, Doe, and Lightning users. These users typically have moves that rely on you being on the ground. My seventh tip is in order to find players, you need to know where the players are. I typically find most players at Mansion, Sea Castle, and Tiki. I recommend starting at Turtle Mansion, when you start server hopping, and then once you join in at Mansion, use your observation hotkey. Preferably get observation V2, because that's a good hotkey. But once you're there, turn on your hotkey, look around. If you see anyone within 700 levels of you, then kill him, and then go through the portal to Tiki Outpost. And well, when you're at Mansion or Sea Castle, going from Mansion to Tiki, check Sea Castle, go to Tiki, and then if you see anyone there, because I normally find a lot of people there, but you can kill them, and then once you're back, if you want, go to Hydra. If not, don't. It's not that big of a deal. Hydra normally doesn't have too many players, but sometimes it can. And then another thing you need to do is look for clues in the chat. Like, for example, if you see like that it's a full moon, some people might be talking about something related to trials, head over to Great Tree and wait for people to like die from the 1v1 part of it, and then you can kill them. Tip number 8 is a major role in PvP is using the right race. Like, first off, you don't want to use shark race because it's not that great. The only thing it really brings to the table is for V3, it brings a little defense boost, which can be countered by baiting it. And then the V4 has the slow effect, which is probably the best part of it, as a personal opinion. And then the 3 best races that you should use is probably Ghoul, Cyborg, or Angel. These races are probably the best to choose from. Cyborg and Ghoul's V3 give slight defense boost, I'm pretty sure, with like a bunch of other good boosts or buffs. And then Angel's V3 heals you a lot, which is kind of similar to Shark races, except Sharks gives you a defense. These race V4s are all the races V4 on all of them are actually really good too, because Angel's V4 gives you that little aura which does insane damage and basically stuns whenever they try to combo you. And then Cyborg's helps against teamers, and it also like is good for like mobility because you have the jumps. And then Ghouls is also really good because you have the healing of it and like the dashes, which can kind of help you get out of combos. Like, for example, the Dovi move, if you dash and then they do Dovi. And then Human and Mink are actually pretty good too, but I wouldn't really recommend them too much because, I mean, they're overlooked races, but Mink's mobility can be good for times in PvP, and then Human's damage is also pretty good, but I don't know. And then, thank you guys for watching. I hope this all helps you out with PvP and getting bounty. Thank you guys for watching, and hope you have a good one.